Win, lose, draw.
Hello, welcome to the Win, Lose, Draw podcast. This is episode 31.
31.
Yeah, we got Simon and we got Robbie. I'm nice in blue, which means it's a Monday night recording and we've got Monday Night Football behind us.
What's the score?
Not on yet. Which you asked last week and I cut as well. So might have to keep it in now. But yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. What I've been doing, again, not a lot, unsurprisingly. Pretty much say this every week. But
soon we'll be catching up and we'll be like, oh yeah, I went for a walk. There's not much else we can do, but we'll be able to do more things in a month's time. So
yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Podcast 35. I want some proper stories. What have we done? Should we crack straight into the news?
Yeah, news.
All right. Where do you want to start? Do you want to quick
Should
start?
we go to Anfield again?
Oh, we might as well.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if we went, we'd probably bottled it. My words didn't work.
What were you going to say?
What I was going to say was, if we did go, we'd probably end up coming back with 3 points the way things are going. Take that, Liverpool singer. But yeah, genuinely, they have been. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't think I've ever seen such a collapse. I know, after winning a league, I remember because Chelsea had a big one, didn't they, a few years ago?
Yeah, I think they finished 7th, didn't they?
I thought it was like 10th or something.
Oh, it might have been. That was where Chelsea had that period and Hazard had that period of being either amazing or awful. There's no in between.
I think, for me, they haven't signed any fresh blood, and there's the lack of kind of hunger again.
Yeah.
And they've signed some players like Minamino, who hasn't been up to scratch or hasn't settled in quick enough, I guess, and been loaned out. And they brought in players like Kabak. And I know they've had injuries, but
yeah, I think the centre back issue has been like a big one. Obviously, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they probably regret selling Lovren because he was actually a solid. Compared
to what they've got now, he would do a job. Yeah,
that is mental.
Yeah, it's weird to think that, isn't it?
Yeah, they were like buzzing when they got 8 million for Lovren.
Yeah,
probably could do it.
Finally gone. Yeah.
Because I mean, to have Gomez, Van Dijk, and Matip all injured is very unfortunate. And it's like, I think most people, if they had their top 3 centre backs out, most teams would struggle. But even
that's where Eric Dyer comes in.
That's exactly. Everyone needs an Eric Dyer, which they've got James Milner. He's centre back's probably the only place he can't play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it kind of shows how good Van Dijk was, really.
Yeah.
But you see, I think Carragher said they've gone from mentality monsters to mentality midgets. And
that's a brilliant quote.
Yeah, it's a lot of time for it. He said it halfway through the commentary. And it is because that's the sort of game, even last season, Liverpool was so good, they played all of their kids against Everton and beat them.
Yeah.
It's just, it didn't matter who was playing. If they were playing, especially at Anfield, they were winning.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who was out there. I think that's gone. And teams like Brighton and Fulham are going like, all right, we can beat Liverpool.
There's no fear anymore, is there?
No.
Like last season, if your team was going down the field, you'd be like, well, that's it, Yeah.
It's amazing how quick that can go as well.
Probably not. Yeah.
Like, just like that. Like, oh, all right, Liverpool are beatable. Whereas no one believed. I don't think anyone dared to bet against Liverpool.
Yeah. I think you can tell it's not just the injuries, because if it was just the injuries, they would still be scoring goals because their attack is phenomenal. But because the attack isn't working either, and you've got the defence, injured, it's a combination. It's a perfect storm, really, isn't it?
The injuries, they can use it as an excuse, especially it's the sort of thing like next season they can almost like wipe like brush it off and be like, all right, we had a lot of injuries, but we can go again and push for the title next season. But if they underperform again, then it's a little bit like, oh, what are they going to do? Because front three's not getting any younger. They're all what, 29, 30?
Yeah.
But anyway, what else has happened? Probably moved from Anfield and a team that were good and now aren't to White Hart Lane, or not White Hart Lane, but you know what I mean.
It is White Hart Lane.
Yes, Tottenham. They're good again.
Yeah, it's quite a nice surprise, really. It's been a while, long time coming. It's just so nice to see. I think I said this last week, but all 4 of them on the pitch.
Yeah.
Son, Dele.
Yeah, it's exact. Yeah. So what's the
Gareth and Kane?
Son, Harry, Ali, and
oh,
Gareth.
Yeah.
And I'll put the picture of what that little acronym is there. A lot of time for it. Well, yeah, I mean, we said last week like Gareth Bale's looking like the Gareth Bale you imagined when you signed him, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kane's Kane. Like, what is it? 16 goals, 13 assists this season.
Yeah, new record with him and Son
for combination.
Combination, yeah. Yeah, things are sort of looking up again. I did wonder because I remember when Bale came in, he wasn't really performing. I did feel like people were quite quick to jump on him. I thought it was a bit premature to kind of be criticising him. Like, I know he's like he should be performing at levels he is. He's got
the name. But he'd been playing golf for 3 years.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like
he's not going to just magically become a Premier League footballer again at that standard.
Yeah, and like the quality of the players he was with at Madrid as well.
Yeah,
from back to front. So
yeah, I definitely think it's looking like there's some of the touches he was doing, and like he was in the right place at the right time, and he knows when he's in the box, he knows what he's doing. Like,
yeah,
one thing that I think they brought up a few times is when he left Tottenham, one thing he didn't have in his game was headers, really. Whereas now, it's probably one of the bigger part of his game.
Yeah, he scored a fair few important ones for Madrid, I think. And that one in the game the other day.
Yeah.
So,
and then Harry Kane scored an absolute worldie after getting 2 assists. So
yeah, just world class, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like sometimes you almost forget how good a season he's having, because he does have, like, I mean, there's the time he scored. Son scored 4, he got the 4 assists, and then like other games, there's just other times when you're like, oh, actually, he is amazing. So you just, it's quite a I think one will probably a little bit like Rooney had a period where like everyone kind of just took what he did for granted, and now it wasn't until afterwards it was like, oh, actually, he was really, really good.
Yeah,
I feel like Kane's kind of in that. Obviously, the thing with Kane is he's at Tottenham, and there's a lot of rival fans that just completely write off that he's a good player because of it, which doesn't make any sense because he's one of the best. What else has happened?
Oh, there was the handball rule change, which I believe.
Yeah, after the Tottenham Fulham game.
Yeah.
So so they've announced that it will change, but they've announced it at the end of this. So it will change
July.
So it will change for next season. Which all the comments were I enjoyed on Twitter, were all these people being like, "You can't change it in the middle of the season." Not reading that it's not
July.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on that? Would you rather they just get it sorted now, just be like, all right, this rule was wrong, we change it as of now, or do you think end of the season is probably fairest?
I think end of the season, really. You've got to have consistency across the season, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so. It is one of those, like, I mean, first of all, I can't believe that was a rule in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's only taken an absolute stinker of a decision for them to be like, oh, yeah, actually, you're right. Because a lot of people saying about VAR, saying about the ref, but they just played to the rules, and the rules are rubbish.
Yeah, exactly.
So
glad it's changing, really.
Yeah. And then hopefully that from next season, hopefully it'll be a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
I think with that one as well, it's another one of these VAR is just like finding fiddly little things that are ruling out goals, whereas the whole point of VAR was for like stinking decisions or like very bad, like a goal that really should be disallowed, rather than basically it's just the amount of goals that have just been chalked off by VAR for very small reasons, which, I mean, you get to the clear and obvious and it's just never.
Game's gone.
Game's gone, yeah. I mean, we've been rattling through a bit of the news, but I think one thing that deserves a mention is the big old Bundesliga badge.
It was Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg, wasn't it?
It was a Wolfsburg player, right?
Hoffenheim were 2-1 up, and he was in on goal. I think Hoffenheim player.
Was it one of these goalkeeper gone up for a corner?
It looks like it, yeah, because that in the video the keeper's running back.
Yeah.
And it's an open goal.
I mean, I'm going to put this picture up here, and then I'll also put the video. The picture, I mean, it's a 2-footed scissor kick. It's actually a horrendous tackle. But, the badge, it was beautiful.
Do you want to explain to our listeners what we mean by badge?
Badge is, professional foul, taking one for the badge, for the watch. It's, this is very much, well, it's come from us doing it in pro clubs, basically, where,
pretty much
real people don't get hurt when you 2-foot someone on FIFA, whereas this one genuinely looks
it's funny in the game.
Yeah. And the weird, like, it is amazing, and like you've got to love it, but was it worth like a straight red 3-match ban for one goal difference?
It was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because of the time, it was literally the last 30 seconds in added time. So I'm not sure what he's thinking, like what it achieves.
Yeah, I really don't know if it has achieved anything now, thinking about it. Like, he's got a 3-game ban.
He's just got sent off and his team still lost the game.
Yeah. It's 2-1 instead of 3-1. Like,
yeah.
But then if they stay up on goal difference, or I don't even know where Wolfsburg are in the table, but if they stay up on goal difference, he's a hero. It goes back to like Suarez's handball in the World Cup. Like that is arguably the best badge that's ever happened.
Suarez's handball. It's also disgusting.
Oh, it's disgusting. I hated him for it. I absolutely hated him for it, which I think we've covered before.
Yeah, we have.
But anyway, before I get angry about Suarez doing that, should we get into today's topic?
Yeah.
It's coming to that crunch time in the season. We've got,
just about.
There's that time of the year where I'm sure there'll be a trailer soon enough with some sort of Western style face-off with 6 different managers. And we've got Allardyce, we've got Bruce, we've got Potter.
Oh yeah, there's a good selection actually, isn't there?
We've got Dyche, we've got Parker, and we've got Wilder. Great name for a Western, for a cowboy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing a relegation battle. Have a look at roughly everyone's got 10 games left. That's the bottom 6. I think I've added 6. There's a couple we could probably look at as well, but they're safe. So I think we'll start with that though. We've got the table up here. First of all, who did you think, we won't go to actually what we said, but who did you think would go down at the start of the season, or who would be amongst it?
So I think I said Fulham would do quite well, and so far that's turned out not to be true, but recently they've turned it around a lot.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I think the 2 big ones for me are Villa and West Ham, who were awful last season. Villa stayed up by a point.
I think I did put West Ham down there.
And West Ham, they weren't great either. And they're now 7th and 9th. Again, Leeds coming up. I don't think any of us said they'd get relegated.
No.
But
I think I've put them about where they are now.
Yeah, you did. And I think I put them a bit lower. Villa stayed up with 34 points last season. 14th is already on 33 points in the Premier League. So I think it's definitely going to be a higher point tally this year.
Yeah,
it feels like it. 10 games to go. 18th is on 26 points.
I'm just looking at Liverpool. They're actually quite low, aren't
they? They're closer to the relegation zone than they are to
and Arsenal as well.
To Man City. Oh yeah, Arsenal.
Arsenal 5 points off 14th.
That's mental, isn't it?
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal are definitely in danger of a bottom half finish here, aren't they? Should we get into? So we'll start from the bottom up. Sheffield United,
scraping the barrel.
Yeah, are they down?
Yes.
I cannot see them getting 12 points more.
They've won 4 games, drawn 2. I mean, yeah.
And we'll have a look at their run in. They've got Leicester, Leeds, Arsenal, Wolves. Brighton could be a big game, but not for Sheffield United. They'll probably be down by then. Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Everton, Newcastle, Burnley. So they're down, but they could well have a say in the rest of the relegation battle.
They could, yeah.
But yeah, there's not much to say on Sheffield United, I think.
Yeah, there's not really any hope, is there, at all?
Right.
I think we've been saying this for a long time over the course of the season, and nothing's really changed.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they can go from the season before, like you say, second season syndrome, but
yeah, they were really, I had them fairly high.
Finished 9th, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they were. They finished 9th. They had 54 points last season.
Yeah, and now they got 14. Blimey.
Oh, that is mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a stunning drop.
It's got to be one of the points wise. It's probably got to be one of the worst. I know years ago, Leeds basically went from Champions League one season to relegated.
Yeah,
but it's got to be one of the worst. Like, it'd be quite an interesting stat. I'm sure someone will tweet that at the end of the season, being like, this is the 3rd worst or whatever.
When they go down, do you think they'll bounce back up straight away?
I think they'll be up there. I think the having that 1 year in the Premier League and having some solid signings. I know they've got a few players that maybe are Championship quality and they've just in a really good system and team, but they haven't got many players I think they'd lose. I think they'd keep a decent bulk of their team. Yeah,
I mean, it is a big club, isn't it? Like, it's an old big club. It's not particularly tin pot, really.
Not really. They're not like
an old classic club.
They're not like a Huddersfield, or I was trying to avoid saying Bournemouth, but yeah, they're not like a team that, in the stature of the club, have spent years and years in the lower leagues and kind of fell into the Premier League for a couple, half a decade's worth of really good success.
Yeah,
they're a team that have been in amongst it, have kind of a history.
I think they might have a manager change if they do go down.
Do you think so?
Not because Wilder's, obviously hasn't a great season, but I think they just want something fresh.
Yeah, it kind of is a bit like that. I feel like they've got to be. I still think he'll go to Palace. I think Eddie Howe to Palace is almost definite. Talks of him still for Celtic, but I can't see that.
I don't think so.
Mainly
he likes it down south.
He loves the south, doesn't he? But right,
he went to Burnley and then he came back.
He did, and then can't wait for the next rendition of that in 10 years' time. He went to Burnley, then he came back, then he went to Palace, and then he came back. It's going to happen. West Brom, Big Sam, only 4 points better off.
Yeah,
That is only, I say only, it's an 8-point gap.
it is. Yeah,
Which, I mean, they've definitely improved under
they have. Yeah.
Big Sam. Like,
Do
but
you think he's bitten off more than he can chew this
I
time?
think he might have. I really do.
Yeah.
But you look at their recent results. So drew to United, drew to Burnley away after getting a man sent off, beat Brighton, only lost 1-0 to Everton, and then drew to Newcastle, which West Brom Newcastle, that's always going to be 0-0, isn't it?
Yeah. There's not a lot of scoring talent there.
But you look at their running. They've got Palace, Chelsea both away, then Southampton, Leicester, Villa away, Wolves at home. Oh, they've got a tough. They've basically
last few games quite tough. Yeah.
Yeah, they've pretty much got like the top 10, other than City, Tottenham, and Man U. Yeah, that's it.
Considering if they were slightly higher up, sort of 23 points maybe, I'd give them a chance. But I think that's it, to be honest.
I do think if they stay up, this will probably be Big Sam's biggest achievement. Because you're looking at like, where are they going to get points? It's West Brom, so you know they're probably going to beat like a Leicester or an well. It's almost guaranteed they'll beat Arsenal, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they've scored 20, conceded 56.
Yeah,
it's not great.
Goals. Yeah, but again, in the last 5 games, they've only conceded 2 goals. So it is.
Yeah.
Big Sam effect is definitely.
Goals, really.
Yeah, they do need to get some goals
because they're so far down the table. Yeah.
That's the thing, is you just don't know. With realistically, they probably need they need to double their points and then really hope that both Brighton and Newcastle and maybe Fulham just basically stall from here on.
Can't see that happening though.
Yeah, I can't see West Brom getting double their points. They need 6 wins. I can't see them getting 6 wins. I think they're down. That was a tight one, and this is it. That was I think they're down, but you never know. But looking at it now and actually going in, yeah, they're down.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get to where it really gets interesting. So we'll start with Fulham. They're currently 18th, 28 games, 26 points, minus 11 goal difference. However, this is their recent form. Beat Everton, drew away to Burnley, beat Sheffield United, drew away to Palace, lost 1-0 to Tottenham and won 1-0 to Liverpool.
That's not relegation form, is it?
It's not, is it? Where are they in the current form table? Current form table. There's a website called thefishy.co.uk that does it. And I think this sums it up. Fulham are 4th on current form.
Wow.
Played 6, got 11 points in the last 6 games.
That's huge.
That's a turnaround, isn't it?
So they would have been on 15 points before that run.
Liverpool are 19th for the form table. That is big Sebon. Yeah. So you see, Fulham are really pushing. They've turned it around, because they were down with Sheffield United. They were way below West Brom. And now you look, West Brom 14th, Sheffield United, this really sums up. They're 20th in form as well. They're just gone, aren't they? And then we'll have a quick look at Fulham's run-in. Next game, Man City, who we didn't even mention. The Manchester derby earlier, but
Oh yeah, that big old game.
Now, maybe City's massive run. Realistically, no. When City lose, especially when they lose against someone like around them, someone lower down the table is going to get an absolute smashing.
Yeah.
So that's probably Fulham's goal difference is going to be out the window.
Yeah, I think it's probably like they were going to lose eventually, weren't they? Like, it doesn't really change anything, does it?
Yeah. And then Fulham have got Leeds, Villa, Wolves, Arsenal, Chelsea, then Burnley, Southampton, Man U, Newcastle.
That's a decent run, isn't it?
They've got, you look at like the
winnable game.
Southampton 3 games before the end of the season, probably nothing to play for.
Then you've got Burnley and Newcastle.
Burnley by then, unless we've included them in this, but they're pretty much safe. We'll get onto them. They'll probably have nothing to play for then. Wolves at home, there's definitely points available. Villa away could be tough. Arsenal away probably could go either way.
Go either way, yeah.
Yeah. Could get a win or could get smashed. Chelsea are looking better. There's definitely Fulham have got points available to them.
Yeah, and they've got a good base to build from.
Yeah, and
Parker's got them playing very well.
Yes.
Like, against Liverpool, they were so
one thing obviously
possessed.
Obviously it's hilarious to see Liverpool lose their 6th game in a row at Anfield. But one thing that I think was kind of brushed to the carpet was Fulham were very good.
They were
very, very good. They were so solid defensively, and then when they got the goal, it was clinical. Like they got but it's not like they were just like just honing it. All right, the last 5 minutes they were, but they weren't just like honing it up the pitch and just putting 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah,
they were just passing it around Liverpool's press quite comfortably.
Yeah, I think
I don't think that's
one of the players said they came there to win, which is I mean, when they've lost 5 in a row at home, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's partly on Liverpool, and the stigma of going to Anfield to get battered is gone. But yeah, I do think Fulham it kind of shows like it doesn't always pay to sack your manager. Sometimes have a bit of trust.
It's really impressive that he went down with them, built them back up, made them more resilient. I think they were saying on Match of the Day.
Yeah.
And just transformed them really.
It feels like they've learned a little bit from the last time they came up and went straight back down. Like they've not splashed all the money. It wasn't looking great at first, but it's definitely getting there now. It's they're looking solid, and they're another team that are kind of big enough that if they do stay up, get a bit of Prem money, they could consolidate as a Prem club again.
Yeah, Aston Villa sort of thing.
Yeah. So I think we'll move.
I think things looking positive for them.
Definitely. So we'll move one place up, out of relegation zone, but level on points with Fulham. 3 better goal difference on -8 with a game in hand. Go to Brighton. So our Tin Pot team of the week last week. Video will be up there. And where's this form table? They're 15th.
Yeah, lost the last 3.
Yeah, they just can't score, really.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Still need to sign some players.
They need to get the ball in the back of the net because you see how nice they play.
Yeah.
But they've not scored more than 1 goal in the Premier League since the 2nd of January, where they drew 3-3 with Wolves. Can't remember that happening.
Since then, it's just a drought.
But they've only ever scored. It's either been 0-0s, 1-0s. They did have that little weird bit at the end of January where they beat Tottenham and then Brighton, and then where they beat Tottenham and then Liverpool back to back. It's just the Premier League, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, they need to get some goals. And you look at Southampton, they've got next. They've got 2 big games that could really push them back out. They've got Southampton away, who are 18th in the form table, not looking good themselves, but done enough at the start of the season. In fact, they were like pushing for Europe at the start of the season.
Yeah. And they lost 9-0 and it's all down.
It's all gone for them. And then they've got Newcastle at home, another big game.
Yeah. Man U,
then it doesn't get easy.
Everton, Chelsea, Sheffield.
Yeah. You're looking. And the way they're going, I can see Fulham pipping them.
Yeah, I think their season depends on the next 2 games.
Yeah,
Southampton,
if they get
Newcastle.
6 points from that would be a big statement on them
Yeah,
staying up. You said with like Sheffield United. What about Brighton? If they go down, have they built the foundations to like be one of those yo-yo clubs now, basically?
yeah, I think they'd have a good championship season.
Yeah, I
They've
think they've
got
the
a nice
players.
stadium. I think they've got a decent training ground as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got all the facilities. They kind of just about made that before they got promoted.
Yeah, and they've been able to attract some kind of fairly decent players in their time. They've been, I think it'd be all right. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think so.
They're quite an attractive prospect to manage as well if they do get a new manager.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they did go down. What would Graham Potter do? Because I think people like him. Like his philosophy's good, but it's like if you're not getting the results, it's a bit of a blip on there. I think they'd be almost primed to come straight back up and kind of smash the championship, really. But it's not,
I think
it's not that easy. But
out of Sheffield, West Brom, Brighton, I think they've got a good chance.
Yeah, definitely. Like almost a bit like Brighton are almost in a similar position as Norwich. They've got the foundations to be good enough to get promoted again.
Yeah.
It's whether they can build on that again and really consolidate.
Norwich are flying now, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're up basically. Like it would take a big turn of events for them to not go up now.
Should go up north.
We'll go up north. We're going Newcastle and Bruce Bull, our favourite type of bull. Well, let's get this form table up thanks to thefishy.co.uk again.
Never heard of that.
No, nor have I. It's the first one on Google. Newcastle was 16th in the form table. So the only people worse in the last 6 games have been Palace, Southampton, Liverpool and Sheffield United. And you look at Newcastle.
Wilson's injured, isn't he?
Wilson's injured. St. Maximin's injured. They've just got not much going on, have they?
It's going to be a proper slog if they do stay up, I think.
Like they played Fraser up top with Joe Linton against West Brom.
Yeah, that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. And when the going got tough, they brought on Andy Carroll and Dwight Gale. I really do think.
Who've they got next? Because
they've got an excellent team, but
so they got 27 points, so they're definitely not out of it.
And they've got 11 games left, so 33 points available. And realistically, they're probably safe in 10. So 3 wins and a draw from 11 games. But then we look at their running, and
I've got Villa on Friday. Then
Villa
Brighton
could be a tough one. Brighton, that's like we said, huge for both clubs. That one, almost could even be early days, but could almost be winner stays up sort of thing. Then they've got Tottenham,
Burnley, another big one.
They've almost got Burnley at a bad time. You want Burnley like 4 weeks later when they're already safe.
They do tend to switch off, don't they, once they're safe? That's what Dive said, I think.
That was what I used to whenever the fixtures came out. Burnley, West Brom, basically Pulis and Dyche. More Pulis. I'd always look and be like, when are we playing them? Because if it's April, May, it's 3 points. It's guaranteed.
As long as they're still up.
Yeah, as long as they're not
But if
properly
they're
in a
not,
dogfight.
then you're up
Yeah.
for a scrap.
But the thing with both those is you almost knew that they'd set their teams up and then they'd be like, job done. It was so weird. Like, surely push on, but job done. So yeah, then they've got West Ham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, Man City. Newcastle have got a huge. They could be right amongst it. 2 games to go, but then they've got Sheffield United and then Fulham on the last day.
Oh,
that could be huge. That's one of those.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, really we're looking now like I remember Villa and West Ham had each other in the last game of the season last season, and that really this time we were like, oh, that could be huge. But realistically, one of those could be up already. But that could be huge. 23rd of May. Right. Should we touch on Burnley? We're pretty much safe, but it's always the bottom 6, isn't it? You always include.
Yeah.
So 30 points. Minus 16 goal difference, similar to Newcastle's minus 17. Only 4 points behind Fulham. So
ahead of Fulham.
Oh yeah, ahead of Fulham.
Yeah.
And it is Burnley, so you think they will get the points. But
yeah. What are you going to say?
It all depends. I feel like because if Newcastle can pick up a few points and then Brighton and Fulham do, like they could easily really get dragged into like a 4-way battle for that last spot.
Yeah, they could. But for me,
but realistically,
it's it's dice. They're on 30 points. Realistically, they needed about another 10 points.
Yeah.
They've got 10 games. I think they can manage that, to be honest.
They've also got quite a favourable run in.
Yeah, and
Everton away, Southampton away.
A little bit recently.
But Newcastle at home.
Like
United
last
away,
5 games.
Wolves away, West Ham at home, Fulham away, Leeds at home, Liverpool at home, Sheffield United away. Yeah,
they're going to pick up points, aren't they?
They'll probably finish on somewhere between 44 and 50 points.
Yeah, and that last 5 games, like 1 loss and 4 draws, like it's not really relegation, is it?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get loads of points off that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I reckon they're going to finish on 44 points. That's my prediction for Burnley. 50 is a bit optimistic. That's 20 points from a possible 30. But yeah. So, who do you think's going down?
So you've got Sheffield, West Brom, obviously.
Yeah, Sheffield, West Brom. I was hoping we'd have one of us thinking that West Brom will make it, but it's just not a chance, is there?
And then looking at Brighton, I think Burnley is staying up.
I think Burnley are up, yeah.
And looking at the other 3, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle, I think Fulham are looking favourable now.
Yeah, I think Fulham are looking good.
Yeah.
Brighton and Newcastle. I think Brighton have what it takes to turn it around.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But more because I think Newcastle are really going to struggle.
Yeah, with the injuries they've got, I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah. So I think they'll probably take that 3rd relegation slot because they're 1 point off it. Fulham and Brighton coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I agree. Sheffield United, West Brom, Newcastle. All right, let us know in the comments what you think. Is there anyone else? Are Southampton in danger? Probably not, but let us know in the comments what you think.
I think they would have been if they hadn't won their last game, but they've got quality, haven't they?
Yeah.
Unlike
they should be fine.
Newcastle, Brighton.
And realistically, they need 2 wins and they're safe.
Yeah.
Anyone in the comments? Are West Brom going to stay up? If you think so, comment. Big Sam is my dad. Shall we go to a little FPL corner?
Yeah, if you do that. How's your week gone so far?
Not great so far.
Did you sort it for the double game week for some players?
So I Yeah, so I've basically really. Oh, I just looked at my team and realised how bad it is. So so I captained Bernardo Silva after bringing him in for
Right.
James Maddison, who was injured. So he didn't play in the Manchester derby, so solid 0. But he might play against Southampton. Knowing Pep, he'll play the other game. But it's whether he does anything.
Yeah, so I've got De Bruyne captained, so I got 4 points off him in the last game. So that's great.
So,
But again, Southampton game coming up. So
yeah, just
hopefully.
pray that he plays.
Yeah, and I've got Stones and Ruben Diaz as well. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping for like a City, turnaround and a good old smashing 6,
See,
7 goals.
I had Stones, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva, with Bernardo Silva as captain. Stones has got 1 point so far. Gundogan 2.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva none.
I think a
However,
lot of people have had that problem. They've
yeah,
got a lot of City players in, and
it's difficult to know who's going to play because they've got so many. Like Mahrez has been playing a lot, but as soon as I got him in last time, he just didn't play for 5 games. It is hard. As always, Matty Target having any Villa players, they're always gonna get clean sheets. I should have put Martinez in instead of Lloris because, of course, Benteke is going to score against Tottenham. Of course he is. Hopefully, Bernardo Silva does play because Salah's my vice and I'll have nothing from him. Bruno Fernandes
and Antonio up front.
I've got Bamford and Antonio as well.
Got him.
Yeah, I've got Cresswell playing right now. So, when this goes out, he could have an absolute blinder. Probably not.
I think my pick of the week, or one that's done well for me so far, is Ward Prowse. He's got me 11 points so far. Got Man City coming up, so might struggle there, but free kick maybe, penalty.
Yeah, it's a solid one though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna my pick of the week. I'm gonna stick to my guns. He's just one player of the month. I'm gonna go with Gundogan.
Nice.
So I don't know if he'll play all of the Southampton game, but City have got Fulham away, like we said. They're going to be a bit angry, so they'll do that. The other one, Villa have got Newcastle, so their defence, Martinez, Target. I've toyed with the idea of captain and a goalkeeper, but I've never done it.
That's a
it's a risky move, but it could pay off because especially Martinez, he always seems to get the bonus points. That's like 9, solid 9.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do him or Pope when Burnley have got
someone around them.
Game that they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Burnley, you get 1-0 win, he'll make loads of saves. Job done.
Exactly. Job done. Goalkeepers. It was weird. Start of the season, every game was like 4-3, and it was just FPL was like, right, getting all the strikers that are down as midfielders, just get them all in. And then since like probably December, it's just been like you might as well play 5 at the back.
Yeah.
The points have been in defence, but yeah, I'm going to say Gundogan. Should we move Team of the Week then?
We can indeed.
Take the reins.
Team of the Week.
So then, Team of the Week. Any nominations other than the obvious little trip to Anfield?
It's done quite a lot recently.
Yeah, I know. I'll try and find some other mentions, but
just losing 6 games in a row at Anfield when you're Liverpool.
Yeah, for Liverpool standards, that's pretty tempo, isn't it? I'm trying to even look midweek. Were there any absolute shockers?
I can't even say like Man City losing to Man U because they were on a 21 win streak. That's
and it's Man U. You can't losing against second. I'm going down to League One to have a quick look. Has there been anything? Not really.
Any manager shenanigans?
Well, yeah, Warnock got a little bit angry, but it's not really tin pot. That's just normal, isn't it?
Just Warnock, yeah.
Portsmouth losing 4-1 to Northampton. They're 6th, Northampton are 19th. That's quite tin pot.
That is tin pot, but I feel like it's almost too tin pot for tin pot.
Yes, we're digging too far down
Does
the
anyone
leagues.
actually?
No one cares. It's a big didn't ask, really, isn't it? But so yeah, I think we've got no option but to give it to Liverpool. I think for 6 games at Anfield in a row. But it's all right. At least they've got a nice little run in, and they've got Champions League. This could really be if they bottle their 2-0 lead against Leipzig.
I think the Klopp out.
Then they've got Wolves
Klopp
away,
out, Stevie G
Arsenal away, Villa at home, Leeds away, right? Then Newcastle, then Man United away. These games are suddenly not actually looking that winnable for Liverpool anymore.
Not as easy, no.
Yeah, goes without saying. I think Liverpool tin pot team of the week.
Tin pot team of the week.
Lovely. I think we're done.
I think we are.
Episode 31 in the bag. I mean,
it's the 30s.
Yeah, we're really flying through. Like I said, episode 35, we're going to have a little bit more interesting stories at the start because it won't be, it will still be locked down, but we can do a few more things.
Slightly less boring.
Yeah. Who knows? One day we might do this in person. I can't even imagine it.
What's in person?
Yeah, right.
You're not real. You're just a person on the screen.
Yeah, one day we might actually be able to go to a football stadium again.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is.
When you walk up the steps and then you see
yeah.
the pitch, it's that little fuzzy feeling you get.
Pie in hand. Yeah. What's the biggest thing you miss about the football? Like being at the football.
Definitely that feeling of going up the steps.
Yeah. Especially in a new stadium, I'd really like that coming out.
Yeah, when you haven't been to, like when we went to Ghent.
Yeah, where it kind of opens out. Which I would put a little clip of it here, but I've got a beer and my hand in the way of that shot the whole way. So
What else do I miss about football? Just the anticipation of it, really. Like going to the game.
Yeah, that excitement, like in the morning, being like,
you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I really want to. I feel like it's with everyone. Everything you've ever done, everyone's in that mindset of I want to make the most of like this time I've missed. But I want to go to a few more stadiums.
Yeah, definitely. Like, can you imagine the first game back?
Yeah.
Like, that meme of that kid when he's like, "Oh, I've never experienced anything quite like that."
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere at a game before. It's absolutely electric. The passion, everything we've seen from both sets of fans.
The amount of concourses that they're going to be popping off, basically, like party set. It's going to be like when the Tottenham Stadium opened and people realise there's a big bar there and it's actually quite cheap pints for London.
Yeah.
And it's just like 2 hours after the game, still partying.
May as well stay there.
Yeah. It's gonna be like that all over the country.
Especially if the Euros go off.
Oh yeah, we got the Euros to look forward to. We've gone on a bit of tangent here, but I do hope we're gonna finish this. We've decided
it's getting closer.
It is. I can feel it. I can smell it.
I can smell it now.
But on that happy note to end this podcast, that's genuinely cheered me up. The thought of that. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter, Win Lose Draw Pod, Instagram Win Lose Draw Pod. Soon, and I'll let you know when. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts.
Oh.
On
Apple
just search for Win Lose Draw. Still on Spotify, search for us there. I guess everywhere else you can get your audio forms. Have a listen. Obviously, like and subscribe on the YouTube. If you're here from the Josh King video and you've made it an hour into a podcast, thank you. Tell your friends to subscribe. Yeah. That's 2,850 views now.
Wow.
So what's that? So what I'm going to do every week, I'm gonna give the views to that as a percentage of Dean Court. So right now, the views on that video could fill 24.8% of Dean Court. We want to get it the whole way to Dean Court. Road to 100% of Dean Court. I'm feeling it.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, I know. What a way to judge. That's but either way, I mean, I still find it weird that video's got that many.
I was not expecting that one.
Especially around all the other ones, they've got like 20.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right.
Thank you, YouTube algorithm.
Yeah. Oh, email. What is it, Simon?
Email. win.lose.drawyt@gmail.com.
There it is. There we go. Lovely. On that, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Bonsoir.